Hi, I'm Tristan Rowland from Place Estate Agents at Aspley, recording from our new office. Now, we are officially open at the Homemaker City in Aspley. If you haven't been here already, please pop down and say hello. We've got free coffee and obviously drinks for our clients, but more importantly, we've got some amazing properties on offer. We'd love to meet you. We're very excited about the office opening. It's been a long time making, 11 months from when we opened as a franchise to physically moving into our office, but we wanted the best office, not just any office, and I think you'll see with the footage that we've got here, it's not just the average office. It's designed to be a home, somewhere people can come in, enjoy, look at the properties we've got on offer, and more importantly, we wanted to find those buyers that may not be actively looking but are in house mode. We had 64,000 cars through the centre last month. 64,000, it's crazy. So we've got a lot of people in house mode, and we decided to open here. It's been a big effort, but ultimately we've got our own in-room auction event ability here, as well as having client nights and otherwise. So please don't be a stranger, pop in, we'd love to say hello to you. Getting down to business, well, the market, look, Samantha and I are quite excited about the back end of this year. The market has really picked up in the last few weeks, but in the way of sense of a balanced market. So what we're finding is the agents that probably entered the industry in the last 2 or 3 years are really beginning to struggle. We're moving back towards a service-based industry, similar to 05, 06, or even sort of 10, 11, 12. And so the experienced agents who haven't been in that marketplace, who maybe have had the fish jumping in the boat, which is the best way to put it, for the last 3 years, are now really struggling to get those deals together, whereas more experienced agents are just enjoying the better times and ultimately a market where skill and service is really rewarded. What does that mean? Look, as a seller, it means there's some great prices to be had with the right agent. As a buyer, it means there's some really good bargains to be had. Those inexperienced, I guess, non-service-based agents are really starting to give away properties, and we're seeing some big disparities, some cases 15, 20% difference between good agents and bad agents. So, really, really important to research who you're buying through and also research who you're selling through. We've seen a lot of good properties coming to market, but there should be a decent influx of stock as we come into the traditional spring season, which is only a few weeks away now. What we'd say is if you are looking at buying, make sure you get your finance lined up, as we always say. If you're looking at selling, take us up on an opportunity of a free interior designer. We've got one who'll come around and tell you what you need to do. And look, she does a great job. As you can see behind her, she's incredibly smart at what she does. It's free for our clients. Our opinion is we spend a few $100s getting this service for you. Ultimately, you're going to get a lot more money at the back end, and the extra money we get for you rolls through to our commission and pays for it. Big things in the market happening at the moment. Look, post the election, we're now past that, and having the election not hanging over the market's been very, very good. Even though we haven't got a huge majority government, the business as usual mentality seems to be creeping back into the market quite quickly. Yes, we've got the American elections coming up, but ultimately the big one has been the interest rate cut. Another 0.25% cut in the marketplace, which is excellent. That is the RBA's way of signaling they don't think things are perfect, but could be better. We're hearing predictions that rates could go as low as 1% by Christmas, which we actually concur with. We think it'll go very close to, probably around 1.25% as a standard cash rate rather than 1% flat. Happy to be wrong, but ultimately happy to be right as well, because it's still a very, very low cash rate. What does that mean? Well, it means that sellers won't be forced to sell because they're not going to have that interest rate pressure, frees up money for retail. What it also means is that a lot of investors are going to be seeing a lot better yields, and this is something we really want to get home about, is the Sydney market. The Sydney investors are becoming a major pillar of the Brisbane property market. And if your agent doesn't know how to tap into that, boy, it's going to be a hard sale, but more importantly, an undersold property. The Sydney investors we're finding at the moment are beating the Brisbane local market by 7-8% upwards, and we spend a lot of time establishing relationships with both private equity firms down to Sydney. Australian Property Investor magazine, I legitimately had a bus load of people come through one of my properties that we took over from another agent and sold it more than they had it listed at. That's a big accomplishment to get more than what the previous agent in Aspley as well had it listed at. But getting a bus load of investors from Victoria made a big difference, as well as those New South Wales people, and that combination of those investors, look, they see great values. The difference between Brisbane and Sydney house prices is currently at a 13-year high, that gap. That's a big gap to fill. So we've got a lot of growth if you look at it from that point of view, but you need to be tapping into that market. An interesting one on a bit of a left of field note is that there's been really a big demand for properties with open fireplaces. Now, we have a fireplace here, but it's gas, because you're no longer able to build open timber fireplaces in properties that have to be closed off. So what we find is any house that has the olden fireplace, whether it's a Queenslander, and some homes here at Brisbane Downs, for example, that have it, we're finding buyers are willing to pay a premium price to be able to have the old log in the fireplace. So if you have a fireplace like that, for the love of God, don't close it in. And more importantly, if you've got it, please let us know. We've got buyers who would love to grab it off you, because there's a huge, huge market for it at the moment. On top of that, look, we've had a very, very busy period with rentals. Samantha is on fire at the moment. She got $70 a week more than another agency had their property in the street advertised for. It's the difference between a great agent when it comes to selling and a great agent when it comes to renting. very, very similar. I mean, $70 a week, we're talking a 15% difference in price, rental-wise, 15% difference in rental. I mean, talk about what the managing agent rates are. It's irrelevant if you're getting an extra 15% rent. So again, a great property manager, very important. Again, we're finding that disparity forming there at the moment. New legislation we're hearing is on the way from a rental point of view, but again, having that property manager that has an understanding, has the constant flow of tenants, and keeps in touch with those tenants, and again, makes those after hours appointments to get those tenants through. That's very, very important. If you'd like some information on the rentals, go to placerentals.com.au. If you'd like some information about us, well, simply go to placeaspley.com.au, or alternatively, come into the office. We'd love to see you face to face, have a chat if you've got any questions about the market or just in general. Thank you so much.